if my AC is loud, but it is too hot to turn off. So today's video is going to be like a day in the life of working at Target. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my fruit out. I'm actually on my lunch break right now. But yeah, today's going to be just like a day in the life of working at Target. I work in the style department. I actually work in the kids' clothing. And I'm just going to show y'all a little bit about what I do every day. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I'm actually going to just kind of talk about what I do every day. In the video, you're going to see me doing stuff, and I'm actually going to like voice over it so I can kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, because obviously when I'm on the floor, I can't just be talking to my phone because I would get fired. So I'm kind of gonna explain it like over the video. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of narrate so y'all know what's going on as it's going on. I'm still walking. That beep that you heard, that's actually like for the drive-ups when they arrive or when they're on their way or something. So you might be hearing that a lot during the day. Right here, I'm just pulling out my food for the day. I'm gonna put my purse in my locker and my food. I gotta label it and then put it in the freezer or the fridge, wherever it goes. So that's what I'm doing here. And y'all, there was people in the break room while I was recording this. If one of them would have walked by me and saw me recording myself, how awkward would that have been? Pretty dang awkward. Alright, so I'm walking back out, grabbing my walkie-talkie and my zebra device for the day. I need both of those throughout the whole day. A little bit of time passed. Right now I'm in the back room. This is where all of our stock is, all of our equipment is, like fixtures and Z-Racks, Metros, 3 tiers. That's what I'm grabbing right now, a 3-tier, so that when I go through my area and clean it up to visual standards, which I talk about a little bit later in this video, I will have something to put all of the random stuff I find in my area. Right here, I'm stupid and I got my hair stuck in the phone. It's literally stuck. Oh my god. So, I'm on my 15-minute break, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch. So appetizing. So right here, I'm actually in the backstock area where all of my backstock is. And backstock is just product that we can't fit out onto the floor, so we organize it in the back room. So right now I'm doing my pulls, and that basically is just when the system tells us what we need to take out of the back room and put onto the floor, because there's room for it on the floor because we've been selling through that item, and it's been in the back room for too long. So our system automatically generates that for us, and we just go through and pick all the stuff out and put it on the floor, and we scan it in our device so that our device knows that we did it. And that's just what I'm doing right here. And I'm putting it in my 3-tier, if you saw that. We use the three tiers for a lot of things. It's basically like our little go-to. I'm in the fitting room, board, and right here I'm just hanging up reshop that people tried on in the fitting room. I'm gonna put this back up at the end of my fitting room shift. Here I'm just showing you hangers, where we keep the hangers. Right now I'm actually grabbing these because in my area I had a bunch of shorts go on clearance, and so I'm hanging them to hang them on the clearance rack because they were folded on a table. We do not have any folded clearance, so I'm hanging them all so when I go back to my area after my fitting room shift I can hang them there. So I'm making good use of my time while I'm back stuck at the fitting room. It's one less thing I have to do back when I go out on the floor. There's all my little shorts. Hang them up. Little feet, where are you going? Okay, I'm back in the back and I'm grabbing my Metro. This one is really light. They are usually really full. Sometimes we'll get lucky and get a light one to do for the day. Right here I'm on the floor in the girls section and I am working my Metro, just pulling off the new stock, putting it where it goes. And then while we do this, we also size. I need a new bra. That bra too long. You can see it on my back. You know? Yikes. It's okay. Okay, now I'm just rolling the Metro back to the back. And also, I recorded this between 2 days. That's why I have on a different shirt. By the way. In case you were wondering. So yeah, I'm just rolling along. You look nervous. Was I nervous or no recording? So this part I was gonna keep recording and I looked and my supervisor came out and I had to turn it off. Here I was just folding, we call it zoning. So I was just folding using a little folding table, folding board, whatever you call it. And I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe to me just for this part alone because it was bold as heck. Like, I was recording where anybody could see me. Look how cute those folds are with the folding table. Oh, somebody had just called me on the walkie-talkie to come pick up some reshop from the fitting room, which sometimes they do that if there's like an extreme amount, they'll call whoever's in that section to come get all of the reshop for that area. So yeah, that's the end of my little voiceover and bye. Hey guys, so I'm back. I kind of just want to tell y'all about my daily routine when I come in, because it can be different every day, but it's also the same. When I come in the mornings, first thing I do is I obviously clock in, put my stuff in my locker, put my food in the fridge, whatever, and then I get ready for the day. I have to grab a walkie-talkie and a Zebra. It's basically like a little phone. Well, it is a phone because you can take phone calls on it and stuff like that, but there's like apps that you can work with, like price change. If you find an empty tag on the floor, like something that somebody ripped open and took out and left the tag and stole. Sorry, somebody called me and threw me off. So there's an app to like put that into the system so you can throw the tag away. Pretty much an app for everything on that device. And then you have your walkie-talkie, which you need to talk to your other coworkers throughout the day. And you have to have one because that's how everybody communicates. So if you're afraid of that, you gotta get over that ASAP. You gotta get over talking on the walkie-talkie because you have to do it multiple times a day. I'm on the style team, so we get what is called a style breakout. I can actually show it to you because it's in my pocket. So this is mine for today. You just keep it on you. This is what it looks like. Mine's obviously the one highlighted and it has my name, what area I'm in. I'm in boys and girls. Has my schedule, so I'm here from 9:30 to 6 today. It has my first break, which is my 15 at 11:30. My lunch, which is at 1:30, which is what I'm on right now. And then my second break is at 3:45. It also has my fitting room shift. So I only had one fitting room shift today, which is actually crazy for me being here for a full 8 hours. Usually I get 2 fitting room shifts. But today I only have one, which was from 12:30 to 1. So yeah, it kind of just tells you what you're going to do every day. And it's good to have because if you're in the fitting room, we have 30-minute fitting room shifts. And your shift is over. If the person that's going to come after you isn't there yet, you can look on your paper and see who's coming to the fitting room after you and just call them on the walkie-talkie and say, hey, you headed to the fitting room, so they can remember that they need to come back there and relieve you. So back to my routines. So in the mornings, I'll grab my walkie-talkie, my zebra, and my breakout paper, go on the floor, and we check what is called reshop. It's up at guest services, so it's like the returns, the just stuff that people find in different areas and sections they're not in. They don't put it back where it's supposed to go. They just put it in like a big box for our section, for our style section, and then we go and pull it out of there and put it up where it's supposed to go. Same for them. So like if I found, which I always find stuff in my section because I'm right by the checkout lanes, so people will just drop whatever they're not wanting to buy before going to checkout. So you know how people be. So like if I find toys or something in my area, I will go and take that up to guest services and instead of taking it all the way to toys, and I'll just drop it in the toys box, if that makes sense. So I'll check reshop, of course, call it out on the walkie-talkie that I'm here, I'm on the floor, I'm checking reshop. So while I check reshop, put everything on hangers, put it back. And then first thing I do is what's called visual standards, which means I'll just go through my area, make sure everything looks straight, everything's where it needs to be, everything's sized correctly, all that fun stuff. And then after that, of course, I'll talk to my supervisor, which is called my team lead. I'll talk to her about what I'm doing today and what I need to do, what she needs me to do, if I'm missing anything, everything like that. They have, what I like about Target is they give you a lot of freedom. Not really freedom, I wouldn't say freedom, but they let you decide what you're going to do that day. So like, if I'm like, I want to do price change today, I want to price change this area today, they'd be like, okay. Or if I'm like, I want to fix how this looks today, I want to redo this area, they'll be like, okay, cool. I want to do mannequins today, sure. So yeah, you get to kind of have some freedom to decide what you want to do today, and they'll let you do that as long as you get everything done that needs to be done. So I'll start working on projects after I get my visual standards done, like the mannequins or whatever else I need to do. And then after that, I'm trying to hurry up because I have to go clock back in. And after that, I have to work on stocking, which is, well, push, which is push or truck, which is basically stocking, putting the new items out. So there's a whole team in the back room that hangs our clothes on racks for us to take out. And they also put our folded clothes on what are called metros, which are just like big racks for folded clothes, if that makes sense. So we do those every day. Me being in boys and girls, usually I have 2 Z's, which is the racks that are hung, and then 2 metros, which are the racks that are folded, because I usually have one for boys and one for girls of each. While you're doing all of these projects and your push and everything, you do have to remember that you have to keep your area looking good, which is called zoning. So you just gotta refold clothes if they get messed up, pick stuff up off the floor if it falls, which it does. People knock stuff down all the time. So you just gotta pick all that up, pick up after people, make sure everything's looking good. A lot of times you'll also get called for fast service, which is to hop on a register if the registers get too backed up. So yeah, you'll have to do that. We also have order pickups, which sometimes we'll have to jump into those if our order pickup team isn't able to do them all. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but I like it because it makes the day go by fast. You're not just like, what am I gonna do next? There's literally always something to do here. Always. And then also we have the fitting room shifts I was talking about. We have to obviously give people the fitting rooms, write their name on the door. And then we also have to take back their clothes that they don't want. We also have a rack of all the clothes that people didn't want, and whoever is in the fitting room is actually responsible for taking that rack back. So like during my 30 minutes of the fitting room, I'll take back I'll put back whatever clothes people did not want during that 30 minutes. So that's kind of all I can think of right now. That's really what my days consist of every day. If I can think of anything else, I will make sure to mention it. I'm going to also just go ahead and expose myself right now. I know this says a day in the life of a Target employee, but this is actually filmed over the span of 2 days. That's why my hair might look different than in some of the video, because I was actually filming part of it, the part with my straight hair, for another video, but then I decided I didn't like the video, so I'm just putting it into here so it'll have more footage of me actually being in the job. So that's why.